Alright guys, don't forget to share the live stream with your friends and fellow traders out there that are looking for some good technical analysis. We're about to get started soon here, guys. Let me just turn the volume down a little bit. Alright, hopefully that's good. Let me know if it's too loud there, Ava Medina. I see you in the live chat there. We'll get started by looking at the daily time frame here. Alright. Let's go, let's go. Welcome guys to the Meet Damien live stream. I am Damien, and today we're going to talk about Bitcoin like we normally do. We'll talk about gold because I believe some people are interested in what might happen with gold here next. I titled the video Trump chickens out again when it comes to tariffs. I mean, some people say that's just like a negotiation tool. That it's part of his negotiating tactics and bargaining, but it's a lot more funny to just say Trump chickens out. And you might have heard the acronym TACO, which stands for Trump always chickens out. Yeah, I had to put that up because I figured I'd give you guys a good laugh here. All right, but yeah, Trump basically said in the news. Well, it wasn't really on the news, but it'll probably make the news headlines. But Trump said on Truth Social that that he is not going to hit the European countries with tariffs because they're now doing negotiations to acquire Greenland. So I guess Trump is happy, so therefore he can take away tariffs, you know, whenever he wants, because you know, Trump acts like a king and whatnot. But whatever. Part of his negotiating tactics here. But what has that done to the price of Bitcoin? Well, it kind of like confused the crap out of people. It even confused me a little bit. But at the same token, if I look back at the charts here, it eliminates the confusion and it shows us the levels to look for. And Bitcoin actually came up today to 90,500, which is right where this red line is, where I highlighted an area of interest, and that's 90,500, only because 90,500 has acted as candle wick resistance here, on the daily chart, support over here in November, and support back here. And if I was to turn on the VRVP indicator, it agrees with this, that there's a high volume node here at 90,500. So there's some volume here that that when we were at lower prices, when Bitcoin was at 87, 88K, had we climbed back up to 90,500, this was an area to take some profit on your longs if you long last night's dip in the Bitcoin market. So had you done that, you wouldn't have been confused. But yeah, I was like, wait, what the hell? What confused me was how violent the drop was. Okay, that's why I was like, wait, what the hell? I knew 90,500 was a resistance area, but we just came down so hard and fast. And you know, to be honest with you, like I think it has something to do with low liquidity here. But you know, here we are on the 1 hour chart, right? Let's see. Earlier this morning, you know, 7 a.m. Eastern time, we saw Bitcoin as low as 88,100, and then we got the climb up this morning. Okay, for whatever reason, you know, Bitcoin decided to climb up. Okay, and when it hit 90,500, that was it. I was like, ding, we're going down. And you know, we came down hard and fast. Like I was like, all right, maybe we could just go sideways here at 90,500, or maybe we might get a small red candle here, and then another red candle here, and then no, we got one big giant red candle that just dropped us down 3% in less than 1 hour. Okay, so that took me by surprise how fast we went down. Getting up to 90,500, that did not surprise me. That was gonna be resistance, but how fast we came down kind of surprised me. And it just, to me, it tells me that there's low liquidity, that there's not enough buyers to provide support. We had to drop all the way back down to another support area, another area of interest, which is 87,500. We had to drop all the way down here just to get some buyers to show up again. And then here we are. We kind of settled down a little bit here at 12 p.m. Eastern time, then 1 p.m. Eastern time. We try to make a little bit of a comeback rally, a little bit of a relief rally. And then 2 o'clock, the news hit the news wire that Donald Trump is not doing tariffs. And then we got a 2% candle that went all the way back up. and took out pretty much all the stop losses and liquidation levels for all the shorts that got in on this little drop here. We did like an Uno reverse and went right back to where we were at 10 o'clock this morning. So here we are, kind of a little bit shy of hitting 90,500 one more time here. But, you know, 90,500 is a resistance area that we need to be on the lookout for Bitcoin. And then if we can push past 90,500, the next level, according to the VRVP data that I use with the VRVP indicator, is going to be 91,400. And let me just zoom back out again so you can see why that's the case. 91,400 is an area of interest. If I zoom out and I turn on the VRVP indicator here, you'll see that, yeah, there's another high volume node here at 91,400. So, you know, if we start climbing again here on Bitcoin, I would expect some resistance, and you could take profit on your longs when Bitcoin hits 91,400, because we don't know if it's going to actually push past that point. But if it does push past that point, other levels to look for above us would be this white line here at 92,800. Some people might call it 93K, is another area of interest here, using the VRVP indicator here. And then, of course, 94,500 was another area of interest. That, you know, we got the Kennewick high here at 94,400, and then we had some more Kennewick hairs at 94,600, 94,500. So, like, those are some levels to look for here on Bitcoin, and I got it all charted here for you guys with my VRVP indicator here. And then when I'm not using the VRVP indicator here, I already got the levels marked off. So with or without that VRVP indicator here, I got this marked off as areas of interest that the price just keeps bouncing off of, whether it's support or resistance. You know, I have this already marked out on the charts for you guys. So that's why I think you guys come here to watch the Meet Damien live stream here, because I have this marked on the charts here for you, and I can read it, interpret it, and give you some sanity in a market that acts insane sometimes. And I see Lorraine's in the chat. Let me go over into the chat here. I see Lorraine's in the TikTok chat, and you know what? I forgot to grab my my iPad here real quick. Let me just come and grab it so I can check out the chat on YouTube. But thank you, Lorraine, for smashing that like button here. And let me just check up on the chat on YouTube. I remember seeing that Ava Medina was in the chat. Thank you, Ava Medina, for coming in. He's one of the moderators here, making sure that you guys behave yourselves during these live streams. And also Lorraine is actually a moderator as well. She takes care of things over at on TikTok. I think that's her favorite platform. But you know, you might see Lorraine show up on YouTube as well. She'll go back and forth. So yep, we got DZ in the chat. I see that. And oh yeah, Lorraine's also in the YouTube chat as well. And Ava Medina, I see you guys. Yep. And Ava Medina thinks it's funny when I say taco, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not bashing Trump, you know. I don't like tariffs to begin with, and the fact that he uses them kind of like, it pisses me off a little bit. But he does seem reasonable that he's using it as a business negotiation tactic, so I guess I'm okay with it, but not really, because we still are doing tariffs. Even when he makes these deals, we got tariffs, and yeah, it brings money into the country, but then also it kind of messes people's jobs up. Over last year, they were worried that, you know, that companies were going to pass on the cost of tariffs to their consumers, to the customers. But what companies actually did, what they noticed last year, is that the companies didn't actually pass the cost down to customers. They passed a little bit down to the customers, but what companies did, so that way they could still maintain their profit margins, what they did was they actually fired and laid off their employees that they didn't think they needed, and they used AI to help replace the employees that they fired. So we lost jobs because of these tariffs here in America. And maybe there's some jobs that are coming back, but that takes time. So immediately we felt the effects of, like, you know, us losing jobs here in America. So it's a little bit off, you know. It's like a little bit of give and take. And I'm just waiting to see, you know, are we gonna reduce these tariffs so that way we can, you know, get more money flowing back into the corporations. I know that kind of sounds bad, but you know, if the corporations feel good about money, then they'll go back and start hiring people again, and that's going to be good for everybody, right? So there you go. But I know people have different opinions about that. What is your opinions about tariffs, guys? Do you think tariffs should be the way they are? Should we continue tariffing more countries and increasing tariffs? Should we actually decrease the tariffs and get rid of them altogether? What are your opinions, guy? Maybe we can do a poll. Ava Medina, can you do a poll? Maybe we can put like maybe a question. Do you agree with tariffs? Should tariffs be on, and then should tariffs be off? And should we actually increase tariffs? Maybe that could be like the third option if you want to put that as a poll there. Ava Medina. All right, let's see. Laureen's in the chat. She said she put in a request above the comments. They got hidden. Really? Let me check that comment if I can. I see that you like the stream. I appreciate that. Definitely, guys, smash that like button if you haven't done so. Here on TikTok, all you gotta do is double tap that screen. And if you're new here in the Meet Damien live stream and you want to see these technical analysis charting live streams here, then go ahead and actually follow me here on TikTok. And all you gotta do is click my profile picture, and when you do that, you'll know you got the real Meet Damien here, because there are some fakes. There's some people pretending to be me, but they're never gonna be like me. And you'll get the real Meet Damien if you go ahead and click my profile picture and actually follow me here on TikTok. All right. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Lorraine, I kind of missed your message. You're gonna have to like tell me what it is I missed here. All right. Cause yeah, I don't see your comment here, Lorraine. I got so many things to dig through here. Let's see. DZ's in the chat. He already has some requests. He wants to take a look at THQ and SQD. All right, so we do requests here, guys. I think I did my analysis here on Bitcoin. We can always go back. I know someone's going to say later on in the live stream, hey, can you take a look at Bitcoin, please? And we'll just take a look at Bitcoin again when someone requests it. But right now, we'll take a look at THQ. And then SQD. And then I'm sure Lorraine probably put a request in. Yeah, she wants to look at gold. So, DZ, I'm going to... I know Lorraine actually asked me in the Discord to look at it. So I'm going to... She actually asked for it first, so I'm gonna do gold first, and then we'll do THQ and then SQD. All right, but I got you, bro. We're gonna get to it. All right, let's look at the price of gold, which is in competition with Bitcoin and actually beating the crap out of Bitcoin as far as like making new all-time highs, right? But let's take a look at gold because this news could affect gold. The fact that they're not gonna do tariffs as of yet could cause the price of gold to go down, which I think it did a little bit. We saw gold top off. Yeah, right, top off, right? We saw gold push its way all the way up to $4,888 here earlier today, from what I'm reading on the charts here. Good, that's good to see. I guess I got to raise the bar now on this Fibonacci to 4,888 now, as gold continues to be extremely bullish here. It's like, man, we should have just long gold and stay long in gold the entire year going into this year, because the gold has been in an uptrend and it's been very bullish. It's above the 200, 150-day moving average and also above the 21 EMA. And in doing that, that just means you're very extremely bullish. Okay, if gold was to continue doing what it's doing, it's now showing that there's a 1272 Fibonacci extension at $5,319, and then there's a 1618 Fibonacci extension at $5,800. So you know, gold could be pushing towards $5,000 sooner rather than later. And I actually had a prediction video. I actually had a TikTok video, if I can pull up here real quick. I predicted that the price of gold would actually go $5,000 by the middle of January, and we're kind of like we're a little bit past the middle of January. But if my TikTok page will actually load up here, then maybe I can show you the videos here. And TikTok, I don't know why it's doing this to me. All right, can we get the videos, please? Por favor, gracias. All right, so like, this is back in October. I was talking about, you know, if gold keeps doing what it's doing, right? And we're just gonna look at my videos here on TikTok. Yeah, was that it right there? No, that because I know this video had some more views than that. There it is, the $5,000 gold target video. I was talking about this, guys, right?
100 up to 3,500 bucks.
Let me just turn the volume down here. But we'll go back to TikTok here.
I did a Fibonacci, and we've already hit the 1618.
Let me see if I can turn up the volume up
when we saw gold make the move from 2,500 up to 3,500 bucks. I did a Fibonacci, and we've already hit the 1618 on gold at $44,099. Could we hit the 2618 at $5,067 here for gold? I don't know. I don't know. If I was to extend this, if we're going to make a trend line here and just trying to figure out when could gold hit $5,000 if it continues on this uptrend, looks like we'll hit $5,000 by the middle of January. For those who are trying to play the gold play right now, January of 2026 could be when we hit $5,000 on gold.
So yeah, guys, that was me talking about gold going to $5,000 by the middle of January, and I said this in October 15th of 2025, and I was just using trend line analysis to do that prediction there. So it's just basic, simple trend line analysis. Gave me an idea. It's like, gold could go up to $5,000 and by January, and here we are, $4,800 golds, just the way things are going here. So yeah, trend line analysis is helpful. We also got this 21 EMA, which is kind of acting like a trend line, this white line. And as long as we stay above the 21 EMA, we're going to just continue pushing up to higher prices here. When gold actually drops down below this 21 daily EMA, that's when I would start to worry that the gold price might have some weakness, and we might actually get the pullback and correction that the bears are talking about. Okay. But until it does that, I mean, it's going to continue being bullish. And we have seen gold pull back where it dropped below the 21 EMA, here in October, late October, and going into beginning of November. And then it kind of got its way back up, and then it came back down and got back up again. And it usually now it's just using the 21 EMA as support rather than, any potential resistance in. All right, let me just check in with Lorraine. Did you want to look at like the hourly time frames and try to figure out like a long or short on gold, or did you just want to get the overall idea here? No, see it. Yes, I understand the Discord links here on TikTok. You're talking about TikTok here. Let me see if I go back to TikTok. If you're watching TikTok on the computer, you should be able to just, copy and paste this Discord link. But I know sometimes when you click on the link, it brings you over to WEEX, okay? Which is the exchange that I use to trade on crypto. If you want to, you can just message me here on TikTok, and I'll message you back. I'll give you the Discord link, okay? But yeah, if you go on your computer, you'll be able to just copy and paste this and go over to the Meet Damon Discord, which is right over here. If I can just pull this up real quick. All right, but yeah, Meet Damon Discord is a way for you guys to stay in touch with me and talk about stocks and crypto when I'm not live streaming. And you see, like, these guys are still talking here on the Discord, and then there's the link. I usually post up when I'm going live to let everybody know, when I'm going live. And there you go. Trump chickens out again and sends the markets higher with no tariffs. All right, yeah. So that's a free Discord for you guys to join. And for my TikTok guys, just message me and I'll be able to send you the link to join. Okay. But yeah, that's how we've been getting around that issue. I actually need to start like a link tree is what I'm gonna try to do next. And I'm just gonna put all the links for like my, Discord, the cryptocurrency exchanges that I use, TradingView, the VPN that I use, and I'll just put all that into like one link for you guys to click on TikTok, and it'll be like a link tree. Okay, so I think that's what I'm gonna have to do next to get around that issue there. Okay, all right. Lorraine is actually posting up the link to join the Discord if you can. You can see that Lorraine put it in there for you. But yeah, you can just, either message me or message Lorraine. Lorraine could actually send it to you as well if you message her. I'm going to put that on Lorraine because she's helping me out here. Appreciate that. All right. Yeah. So let's see. Lorraine's saying that they're expecting a drop in the gold price tonight, and the target is 47.48. Interesting. So I would have to go into the 1 hour chart, because the 1 hour chart is going to tell me what's going to happen next in the next day or two here. And I'm going to have to look at the MACD and also look at the market cipher B to see if that says, if it seems like that could be the case. All right, so we actually did have a MACD crossover here on gold around 7 a.m. Eastern time here. So that's an ominous sign here that the price does want to go down, the lower prices here on gold. Okay, let's see if it did that on the 4 hour chart here. Not yet, but you see that blue line starting to curve down, and you see buying pressure dying down as well. That's an ominous sign that we could see price of gold go down as well. Okay, let's just jump into the 15-minute chart, see what that looks like. 15-minute chart showing that the MACD had the crossover here to the downside. It actually happened on Wednesday morning. Well, actually, no, I take that back. This is Wednesday. I keep, you know, this whole MLK thing is just throwing me off guard here. I still think like today's like Thursday when today's Wednesday. I don't know. We had a holiday weekend and it just threw me off. Yeah, MACD crossover earlier this morning on the 50-minute time frame. And yeah, I mean, selling pressure is definitely there and the buying pressure is weak. So yeah, maybe gold actually, and that makes sense because now people can put their money back into the stock market because they don't have to worry about tariffs messing up these companies and their corporations and the profits that they're supposed to be making. So there you go. That's what I think. Yeah, I believe that it could go down in price. And you saying that the target to the downside is like 47.80? And Lorraine says this is the drop that we're experiencing right now. 47.48. Okay. So on the 50-minute time frame, I see a 200-day moving average at 47.70. On the 1 hour time frame, I see the 50-day moving average is at 46.98, which is like, yeah, still below us. 4 hour time frame. 21 EMA could provide support at 47.26, so maybe that's what people are looking at as potential drop for gold. But you know, after I did the Fibonacci analysis, there is a 786 retracement that says that gold could get support at 45.53, which is right next to this area where we went sideways here. So I think that's an area that's of interest. You know, 45.53. Then there's also 46.70, a little bit of sideways action there. I just don't know why 47.48 was what people were saying. Actually, we came down to 47.55, so maybe someone drew their fibs differently, using a different swing low and a different swing high. But we actually already came down to 47.55 earlier today. Yeah. So that's interesting that they say that that's a target. I'm not sure. I'm a little bit curious what they use to figure out that would be the target. It's on the eToro app, you say? That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to figure out. I see other levels look for like 4,600, 4660, but like 47.48 just doesn't show up here, except for on the 4 hour time frame with that 21 EMA. That's all I can. That's the only thing I see. Like at 40, we got 47.26 as a possible support area using the 4 hour time frame here. All right. Let's move on to THQ, and then we're going to take a look at SQD. THQ Therakick on Coinbase. I'm not even sure how to pronounce this thing. Therakick, is that how you say it? Currently trading at 3.5 cents roughly, down 0.92% today. I'm getting to the daily time frame, and this thing, ooh, we made a new lower low compared to what we did here on December 19th. Do you see that? That's not good. Why are we going lower than what we did here in December? Today we went as low as 0.034 pennies. In December we went as low as 0.0358 pennies. That's no bueno. Making lower lows is not how you make money going up. You know, How can you be bullish on an asset that is making lower lows? I can't. And then also you're still making lower highs here. So what can we do with this? I want to figure out how far down it could go. Let's see if I can do a Fibonacci on this one. Measuring from, we'll just measure from this, we'll say this is the swing low right here to the swing high up here. There's a 1272 that says we could come down to 3.5 cents, which we're already at. So we already hit the 1272 on that. Then there's a 1618 level that says we could go down to 0.0277 pennies here. I'm going to mark this on the chart now because I think you should pay attention to this level here for THQ as a target to the downside. If you're going to try to short it and you want to take some profit on your short, you can try to cover your short when we hit 0.027 pennies here. Now, if you're trying to long this thing, that might not be a bad idea, maybe. I haven't looked at the momentum indicators yet, but you're not far off from the low here. You can put your stop loss, you know, below the lows of today at 0.034 pennies. If you're longing it right now, and let's see, where can we take this thing? We could probably see if we can go right back to this 0.236 level at 0.047 pennies, maybe. Or maybe come up to this white line, this 21 EMA sitting at 0.043. So I would take profit between 0.043 and 0.047 if you're entering like a, you know, a day trade or a swing trade and long in this thing. For sure, I would try to take profit either at this white line or this red line here, 0.047 pennies here. All right. Oh, we got someone new here on the live stream here. Hello to the new person on the live for the TikTok live here. Okay. And how's the music? I kind of want to turn up a little bit. I feel like it might be a little bit too low, but I gotta check in with my YouTube guys because when the volume is low for me, it actually probably is loud for them. But DZ and Alpha Medina, can you like give me some feedback about the volume? Because I just turned it up a little bit. Lorraine says don't turn up anymore. Okay, gotcha. I won't. But sometimes I want to listen to the music too. Alright. So there you go. I gave you upside targets and downside targets for THQ. I'll just throw in the VRVP indicator to see if there's any agreement with that. VRVP indicator says there's a value area low at 0.039 pennies. I think we already said, like, you know, somewhere between 4 pennies is where we should start selling, right? And then you got a point of control at 0.043 pennies. I think I already said that, right? The point of control is right where that 21 EMA is at. So 0.043 should definitely be a target for THQ. And then we did say right over here, the 0.236 at 0.047 pennies. There's some high volume there as well. So I would just aim for the point of control and this Fibonacci number right here. 0.047 pennies should definitely, you'd be taking some profit there if I was in this trade. All right, moving on from THQ, we'll take a look at SQD. And I do apologize, guys, if I sound a little bit nasally. I am fighting a cold or a man flu, as some would say. So just bear with me as I try to go over the charts here with my nasally voice and cough and wipe my nose at the same time. Yeah. All right, I see we got up to like 4,300 likes here on TikTok. Appreciate the like buttons there, guys. And wow, my viewership has dropped here on TikTok. I wonder why. Is it because I'm talking good things about Donald Trump and the markets and Bitcoin? And does TikTok not like that? Maybe I should bash Trump and see if my viewership goes up. Yo, I literally said let me bash Trump and then I get another viewer here on TikTok. Dope Go Crazy says let's look at GameStop. Alright. Go ahead and I'll write that down as a request here. GameStop will come after SQD here, for sure. All right, let's get into SQD Squid. Currently trading at 7 cents, down, actually up. I'm sorry, it's up 4% today. And we got the VRVP indicator, which I think is very useful. We'll look at that first before we look at the moving averages and other things to look at. BRVP indicator shows that the point of control, majority of people bought this thing at 0.069 pennies here. So we're kind of right at it. We're a little bit above the point of control. And if we keep pushing up, there's not that much volume here for us to the upside. This thing could just jump up to higher prices out of nowhere and take us right to the value area high, this white line here at about 0.098 pennies. Almost 10 cents, okay? But some areas to like think about taking partial profits, like if you're long in SQD right now, you can take some partial profits. The 21 and the 50 are right next to each other. I'd probably just aim for the 50 at 0.077 pennies. And then I would also try to see if I could take some more partial profit at 9 cents, which is where that 100-day moving average is at. And then I would take the final take profit at this value area high at 0.098 pennies. And I think that's going to work out pretty well for you. Right? Let's just do a little long position, try to figure out how much percentage gain that is. If we go right up to that value area high, that's about a 39% gain. That's crazy. All right, and you put your stop loss, right below the lows for yesterday at 0.066 pennies. You're only risking 3% to get a 39%. Man, you know your risk reward ratio is at 10.4. I'm actually getting a little bit excited here, DZ. For SQD, this thing has a 10-to-1 risk-reward ratio for a long. I think I might come join you if you're in that right now. I might copy trade you. Take some partial profits at these levels here that I just mentioned. Let's see. Does it have the juice to do it, though? Do we have the momentum? Let's look at the momentum indicators here. Look at the MACD on the daily time frame. Buying pressure has died down in January, and then all throughout January, we've been seeing selling pressure here. Selling pressure was starting to die down here around like Sunday and Monday, and then yesterday we had some more selling pressure show up here, and we had selling pressure show up here on Wednesday. That's interesting, but we have selling pressure, but we're catching some biz. That's big. Woo. There's that man flu again. Man, excuse me. Guys, you gotta at least give me a like button here. I'm over here trying to give you the technical analysis while coughing and sneezing and being sick. At the very least, the least you could do. It doesn't cost you anything, but to show some appreciation and hit that like button. So selling pressure is still kind of bad, I guess. I want to see selling pressure die off and turn pink and actually turn into buying pressure again for SQD. But maybe this is just giving us an opportunity to get in on this long before other people start figuring out, this thing has a good risk-reward ratio here. And let's see. The other momentum indicator I like to look at is the money flow and market cipher B indicator here. And if I zoom in on this, you can see there's a little bit of green that showed up. However, I don't like this red dot that showed up on Tuesday. What was that, yesterday? But, we could get a green dot today or maybe tomorrow, and this thing could show that, it's time to start buying SQD. But if I zoom in some more, like, you can see that money flow is kind of curving down. But I also kind of see a little bit of inkling that it could go up. So, I don't know. A little bit confused. SQD, I think it might be worth it to go long, only because you're not that far off from the lows for today. And your stop loss would only be about 3.8%. With 10x leverage long, that 3.8 would be about 38%. So let's say you did like $100 in the trade, you would lose like $38 for being wrong. However, with that 10x leverage, you'll get like a 390% gain. So your $100 would probably turn into like $390. So that's pretty good, in my opinion here. I would actually try to take this trade. All right. Let's see. Oh, we got some more comments here. Dope Short is in there. He made a request for GameStop. I think you did that on TikTok too, right? Yeah. All right. So did I miss some comments here on YouTube? I think I did. Oh, you like the audio here on YouTube? All right. Well, I'm glad you like the audio here, Dope Short. I'm actually trying to get more people to watch my YouTube live stream because if I get more watch hours, I'll be able to actually monetize the YouTube channel. Right now, my TikTok channel is monetized, but my YouTube channel is not. So, and it's not that I need more subscribers. I just need more people watching the videos. My requirement that they have me at, they want like 3,000 watch hours, and right now I'm at like 1,800 watch hours. So if I get more people watching YouTube, that definitely helps. Yeah, that would definitely help, big time, if you're trying to help me out here on YouTube. All right, let's see. Ava Medina wants to take a look at Dusk and Bera. I got you, Ava Medina. All right, so Dusk and Bera. All right, and let me just catch up on TikTok before I go back in the charts again. Let me see what the chat's saying here on TikTok. I don't think I missed any requests here, but I see Lorraine sent me an ice cream cone. Thank you, Lorraine. And Shafi has liked the live. Thank you, Shafi, for liking the live here. All right, and yes, of course, Lorraine is sharing the Discord link for people to join the Discord. Appreciate that. What? Lorraine says I love Abby Dabby more than me. What? Who is Abby Dabby? I don't even know who that is. Anyways, yeah, I think SQD looks good for a long. I would still take the chance on it. Let's see, what does 3-day look like here? Momentum, MACD. Buying pressure is there and it's dying off. And then let's see, 5-day. Buying pressure looks pretty solid. Yeah. And then you got a green buy dot here on the 5-day for SQD. It's on my list. It's on my watch list now. Let me make sure I actually add this to my watch list. SQD. I want to add that. Yeah. Thank you. All right, let's move on from there. We'll take a look at GameStop. GME. We're now looking at GameStop. Trading on the New York Stock Exchange. One as high as like $22. Oh wait, no, that's post market. It's at $22 after market hours right now. It went up to $21.69 to finish the day, and it's up 2.8% for today. And I'm pretty sure we talked about GameStop the other day, right? Or yesterday maybe. But I think I identified this could have been a potential double bottom here for GameStop. Which would be good, because if this is a double bottom, you measure the top in between the two bottoms here, and you take that to the measured move down to where the bottom is at. You take this measured move, you put that measured move on top of the top in between the two bottoms, and it gives you an idea. It's like how high GameStop could possibly go. And the target is about $28, that blue number right there. Which kind of makes sense, because that's actually the high here back in September 30th of last year. So maybe GameStop's going to try to come back and, you know, retest this high here on September 30th. But in order for it to do that, you got to get past some of these moving averages above you. You got the 200-day, the 50-day, and the 21 EMA, kind of like right next to each other. But the 200-day is your highest target there at $23.38. I would expect some resistance there. Maybe it comes back down, makes a higher low, and then it punches through past that 200-day moving average. But yeah, I'm expecting something like this with GameStop, where we actually come up to that 200-day moving average, get rejected, maybe retest where we started off from, come back, make a higher low, and then shoot up to higher prices there. It's an idea. It's a possibility. let's see what the VRVP has to say about things here, though, because there might be something that we're missing here. I'm going to go ahead and turn that thing on right now. VRVP shows that there's a point of control at 2267, which is kind of like where these moving averages are at, so that makes sense. And then also there's some high volume here at $23.40, which is where that 200-day moving average is at. But I'm telling you, if you could get past this 200-day moving average, it gets a lot easier to go up to higher prices, and you can probably do it in quick and short fashion here, where if you get past that 200-day moving average, you can start rocketing up to that value area high, sitting at $26.50. And then we had a target at 28 bucks here, right? Because of the double bottom measure move target. And it seems like there is also some high volume here, a little bit of volume at $28.58 and yeah, $27.90. So those are your targets, right? You gotta get past these moving averages. Once you get past the moving averages, then you're gonna see probably $26.50, and after $26.50, you'll probably see 28 bucks if you're gonna continue being bullish there. All right. Lorraine put the Discord link here on YouTube. Thank you, Lorraine, for doing that. Appreciate that, Lorraine. Let's see. Benjamin wants to take a look at Bitcoin. See, yeah, that's why I didn't do a full in-depth analysis on Bitcoin, because I know that we talked about Bitcoin in the beginning of the stream, and I'm like, you know what? Someone's probably gonna ask for Bitcoin again in the middle of the stream. And then, of course, we always look at Bitcoin towards the end of the stream on the way out. So I got you on that one. We'll take a look at Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin right now. And then we'll take a look at Dusk and then Bearer after that. What is Bitcoin doing right now? Bitcoin at $90,200, $90,300 now. Okay. All right, so we already looked at Bitcoin earlier in the live stream, and I said that Bitcoin, we had some levels that we were looking at here that we're paying attention to using this VRVP indicator. You see a high volume node here at 90,500. This was also a candlewick top here on the daily time frame back here in December 22nd and December 17th, and also around here on November 22nd. Okay, because of that, I was expecting resistance on Bitcoin there, okay? And we got rejected, and we came all the way down to the other high volume node here, which is at 87,500, that red number there. This is actually where the point of control is at. A lot of people bought Bitcoin at 87,500, so, you know, the people there are not going to click the sell button unless we lose 87,500. We came down to 87,156 temporarily here on Coinbase Exchange. But, you know, once we got the good news about Donald Trump getting rid of tariffs on Greenland because they're in negotiations right now, we shot right back up. And, you know, on the 1 hour time frame, this is what it looked like. You know, we had, like, basically a drop and then an Uno reverse after Donald Trump came out with that good news about Greenland. And then here we are back to where we were earlier this morning. Thank you, Dope Short, for commenting the great analysis. I appreciate the feedback there. So yeah, there you go. And I got this VRVP indicator marked off here. You know, I got this VRVP indicator here to help me figure out the levels here. But I already marked out the levels to look for on the chart with these red lines here. So we're just trading back and forth between this. Now, you know, if you're interested in shorting Bitcoin, you could probably short Bitcoin right now. Put your stop loss above 90,600, and then see if we go right back down to 87,000 all over again. And then right here at 87,500, I would be looking for longs at this area and try to see if we shoot right back up to 90K again. Okay. However, if we push past 90K, if we push past 90,500, there's another level to look for at 91,400. That is an area that I think could act as resistance, and might be another area where you might want to take a short or at least take profit on your long. And then the next area after that is going to be 94,500. Is an area that was giving us resistance in the past here. If I go back to the daily chart here, 94,500, as you can see, like this daily candles tops here at 94,800 and 94,600, 94,500. So this is an area of resistance because we're below it right now. If we were above it, we would treat this as support. But since we're below 94,500, that's going to be an area that's going to be tough for Bitcoin to get past, in my opinion. Okay, because you got these candle wicks here, and that's going to be resistance going forward until we get above it. Lorraine says, "Do I think short Bitcoin? For tonight, going into tomorrow, because when I long and short, I'm only looking for like day trades. But would I short Bitcoin now? It's an idea. It's an idea only because we're at resistance right now, but we could push past that resistance. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame, and we're gonna look at the momentum indicators to figure out, does it have the momentum to go higher, or are we gonna start going lower here? So on the 1 hour time frame, Bitcoin looks good and strong. The buying pressure is good right here. Had the buying pressure start dying down like it did here on Wednesday morning, or earlier this morning, that's when you would think about maybe shorting Bitcoin when you see that happening here in the 1 hour time frame. But we're not getting that. Matter of fact, it's very strong. You got the blue line going up, the orange line going up with it. If the blue line started curving down and I saw a buying pressure dying down, then I would be like, all right, maybe it's time to enter a short. And then if this blue line crosses the orange line to the downside, giving us a MACD crossover to the downside, then I would either add to the short or just, you know, have more confidence that the short's going to play out. Okay, but right now, I wouldn't really short it right now. I think we got to go up to 90,500, and then we'll see if the buying pressure dies down here on Bitcoin. We haven't actually hit 90,500. We're coming close to it. Like we did it this morning. And then now, you know, I just want to see, are we going to continue going up to 90,500 here? And I would look for a short at 90,500 and maybe put the stop loss tight at like 90,008 or maybe 91,000 if I was going to short Bitcoin tonight. But I would wait. I would wait to see if Bitcoin pushes up higher. But you can see here on the 1 hour time frame, we are actually making lower highs here on the 1 hour time frame for Bitcoin. So, you know, you could use that as justification for getting into a short, right? Because if we keep making lower highs, then you know, like, well, the price ain't going up, right? It's trying to go up, but it can't. So then if that's the case, then you could probably put your stop loss either above the highs for today at 90,500 or maybe tighter at this last lower high here at 90,368, and you got yourself a nice tight stop loss. And yeah, maybe we come down, but like the momentum is showing that the momentum's there to go to higher prices. And in market cipher B, we got a green buy dot here at 1 o'clock. What was that, a few hours ago? And we also have money flow going into the green. So I don't know, Lorraine. I wouldn't enter a short right now. I would have to see money flow start curving down. I would have to see maybe money flow go into red, and then I would have to, you know, on the MACD indicator, I would have to see buying pressure die down, and I have to see the blue line coming down here and start curving down, and then I'd be like, all right, maybe it's time to short Bitcoin now. After I see those signals, those are the signals that I'm looking for a day trade and a short on Bitcoin. Lorraine asked me, do I want to look at a coin that I can live trade right now? Do you have one for me to live trade? We have a couple of more requests to go through. There's Dusk and Barra. Maybe those might be some good trades to get into. Currently right now, I was trying to long Dash. And let's see what Dash is doing right now. Dash is pretty much at the same price that I bought it at $69 for the long. And I got my stop loss at like 67 bucks. So I'm waiting for Dash to help pay me later on today or tomorrow. But on the 1 hour time frame on Dash, and I'll just show you real quick here. I was looking at some bullish divergence showing up here, where we're getting higher lows here on Dash. After making lower lows on price, you know, price is going down, but the RSI is going up. It just tells me that buyers are showing up here, and I think, you know, Dash is done going down for now. I mean, it could go down and stop me out, and I could be wrong, but This is the beginning of bullish divergence, which would mean that the buyers are stepping up to the plate and they're going to push this thing higher rather than lower. So that's what I'm looking at for right now. I'm in a dash long, and I don't know. Maybe I can pull it up here real quick and see what it looks like here on WEEX. WEEX is a cryptocurrency exchange that I use here, guys. I gotta refresh the page here. Just give me a second here. Anytime now. Let's go ahead and load up this page here. Alright, cool. That was offer. Yeah, so I'm in a dash long. I'm down like $4 here. But my take profit stop loss, you know, my stop loss is at $67 and my take profit's at $90 if I can get it that high. And if we go up to $90, I'll make almost $600 on that trade. I'll be up 300% using a 10x long. I don't know if it's gonna go up to $90, but that would be nice if I'm able to hold on to it for that long and actually get that take profit on dash here. And then my stop loss, if I'm wrong, I could lose about $64 and I'll be down 32% if we go down to $67 here on dash. All right. Okay. All right, back to the charts here. We're gonna take a look at dusk. Don't mind me, guys. I'm just very sick right now with the snivels and coughing and sneezing and all that, but I'm still here for you guys, trying to analyze these points for you and these stocks as well. Thank you, friend Chud, for liking the live stream here on TikTok. We're at like 8,600 likes. Let's see if we can get up to like 9,000 or even 10,000. I think we could get to 10,000 before the live stream's over. Let's see. Dusk currently trading at 22 cents. Let me get the daily time frame here. Yeah, Dusk is one of those high flyers, huh? Just catching those bids, right? And we saw Dusk get as high as 32 cents, 33 cents almost. I'm gonna go ahead and draw a Fibonacci on this one and see like where it could go next as far as like up and down targets here. So we are currently chilling out at the 618 Fibonacci level here at between 21 and 22 cents is your golden pocket level. So we already hit that. Did we hit the 0.5 retracement at 18 cents? Yesterday we did. Yesterday we went down to 0.5 retracement. So this thing already did the 0.5 retracement, did a 0.618 retracement. And if it continues climbing up to higher prices, we'll see if we can get up to the 786, that blue number there at 26.267 pennies here. If you're in the long, you could probably take some profit at that target right there. To the downside, we might revisit the 0.5 retracement at 18 cents all over again. And we could also probably head down to 0.32 at 14 cents or the 0.236 at 10 cents here. Let's see what the momentum's like. To see if it's gonna go up or down on us, right? RSI is very overheated here on the daily time frame. The RSI is at 90.94, so that's a little bit of a warning sign that it might want to go down. Market cipher B is showing a red sell dot. Right now, today, you got a red sell dot on market cipher B. And this is way above the overbought territory here. These overbought red horizontal lines would tell you that you should try to sell. It already tried to tell you to sell here on Tuesday, January 13th, but then this thing just kept going up, huh? All right. So market cipher B is giving you a warning sign here that it might want to go down in price. And then the MACD, oh my god, this thing is very, very strong buying pressure here. Just solid green candle here. And the blue line, I would want to see the blue line start curving down for me to justify getting into a short. I'm not sure if I would short this thing right now. This thing could still push up to higher prices. And if it does push up to higher prices, and if it does it like before the end of today, this red dot could disappear. Even though we get a red dot right now, it's not confirmed until until the day is over. And the day is not over until about 1 hour and 35 minutes right now. That's your countdown timer right there. So Ava Medina wants to short Dusk. It's getting close to it. It's getting close to it. It could still push up to high prices though, based on the daily time frame. But let's look at the 1 hour time frame, because that's going to give me the day trading time frame to look for. And you can see that we're kind of doing like a bull flag here on Dusk. However, you are making lower highs. Lower high, lower high. This could be counted as another lower high on the 1 hour time frame. 217, 211. Oh wait, no. That was, oh yeah. 2.25 and then 0.247. So you are making lower highs here on the 1 hour time frame. Ava Medina, I would probably wait until Dust loses the 21 EMA, which it looks like it's trying to do that right now. Lose that 21 EMA, get a bunch of candle closes below that, and then also if we could like lose the 50 moving average as well. If we can lose this green line, I would say yeah, it's looking like a short on Dust might start to play out here. Let's look at the momentum indicators here. Market cipher B is showing a red sell dot, and you got money flow going into the red here in the last few hours here. So that's good to see if you're trying to short it. And then here on the MACD, you got your MACD crossover to the downside. That would have been a signal to try and short it. So all right, maybe Dusk is ready to start going down instead of going up. I kind of want to go into the higher time frames. Does a 4 hour agree with any of this stuff? 4 hour MACD crossover to the downside. That's good to see, and you're getting those red candles showing up here. So the 4 hours says it might be time to short. And then let's see, red sell dot, red sell dot. 4 hour time frame, you still got a little bit of money flow in the green here. But, you know, if this thing starts selling off, you know, if you start seeing the money leaving this asset here, yeah, that would just be confirmation to actually enter a short or to stay in your short if you're already in one. So maybe I'll come join you, Ava Medina. Maybe I might want to short Dusk. Should I join Ava Medina here, guys? We should put that as a poll. Ava, are you able to make a poll? See if you can make a poll there on YouTube. I don't know if you're able to do that for me. Or maybe I have to do it. But let's see. I don't know. Let me go into the stream here and see if I can create a poll here. Should we short? I see, how do I do this this poll stuff here? Participants, community, reactions, pop-up chat. Let's see. Oh, there's a pop-up chat. I should probably do this more often here, huh? Alright. Okay. But yeah, where do I want to go for the I want to do a poll here. Is it down here? Stream settings, widget. I have to go look into it. But Lorraine's interested in probably entering this trade too. And Josh Arim, I see you with the request for APLD. It's just that I got a little bit excited to possibly short Dusk here. Just looking at this chart right now, I could probably do a day trade on it. Now, if I'm going to short it, I'll probably, you know, where would I put my stop loss? Let's try to game plan that one out. Probably want to put probably at top of this 1 hour candle here from Monday at 27 cents. I don't know. That might be a little bit too much. I like keeping my stop loss tight so I can use more leverage. Maybe at 25 cents. And then where are we going to take this down to? We gotta go back to that Fibonacci here. We could come down to 18 cents. I think 18 cents makes a lot of sense. Maybe like 18.5 cents. You know, so I know it'll actually hit. So let's do this. Short position. We're gonna take this down to 18.5. Where's 18.5? Right there. Yeah, somewhere right there. 18.5. And then we're gonna take the put the stop loss at like 25 pennies, I think we said. Like there. So we're risking 12% to get 17%. That's not good enough. I would have to look for more of a take profit target. maybe 15 cents or 10 cents. 25 cents, yeah. Alright, so if I take it down to like 15 cents, what would that get me? We're risking 12% to get 33%, and the risk reward ratio is 2.69. Ugh. Nah. Ava Medina, I don't know. I'm not sure. I got a little bit excited there. I mean, if you're in a short, it's probably gonna work out for you, especially if you got in at a higher price, but I don't know if it's good for me to get in myself. Just looking at the risk reward ratio needs to be at least 3.0 for me to actually take the trade. And I would have to, you know, try to hope and pray that this thing goes down to like maybe like 10 cents for this to make sense for me. Okay? But I know we did look at SQD, and SQD had a good risk reward ratio for a long. I might enter a long on SQD. Let's see. 15-minute time frame. We are actually coming down here. Ooh, I might be able to get it at a cheaper price. The way things are looking right now. Yeah, it looks like in the next hour or two, SQD might be going down to lower prices here, and I can probably get a better entry on a long. So I think SQD is looking a lot more interesting for me to long versus shorting Dusk right now. But if you're shorting Dusk and you got in at a higher price, then I think you'll be all right with that short. Let's see. Lorraine says something here. Lorraine says, someone in Tech Talk said Teller has the biggest falling wedge of all time, waiting patiently for the breakout. Okay. So I must have missed that. Alright, yep, I see that. So, Lorraine, I appreciate you liking the live stream, but you have, every time you hit like, it actually, like, pushes the comments away, and I'm not able to see the comments like I normally would be able to see them. That's me. I got the man flu, guys. Sorry about that. Alright, we gotta look at Bera and then APLD. Actually, let me save Bera for later. Let me get Jay Shareem's request there. He wanted to look at APLD. APLD. Applied Digital Corporation. We'll look at this on the daily time frame. Applied Digital Corporation currently trading at $35.06. What did you do today? I know we've been talking about this stock for like the last few days here. You look like you're kind of like flagging out to the downside here. You got a bull flag possibly, or maybe a bull pennant maybe. But you're just bullishly consolidating, but you're making lower lows, which is kind of frustrating, I guess. But you're staying around this 786 retracement at $34.53. If this thing was a continuous downtrend, I think there should be some support near $30.87, which is right where that 21 EMA is sitting at. So, you know, you can use that 21 EMA or use the Fibonacci, or you can use both of them to like justify. I think, you know, if this thing's going to continue going down, it should get a bounce off of $30 here. All right, $30.80. And then when and if it does bounce off of 30.87, then we'll see, you know, how we handle ourselves coming up to $40. That's going to be the upside target because we went up to like, well, we went up to like 39.51 here on January 12th, but okay, yeah, $40 is what we did back here in October. So $40 is your upside target for now on Applied Digital Corporation. And if you're able to push past $40, then you got $47.60 here. Now let's see what the momentum's doing here, because you're bullishly consolidating, but is it strong enough to push up to higher prices, or are we gonna start losing the momentum and go down to 30 bucks here? Looking at that MACD, one of the things I want to look at for sure. Buying pressure dying down. Okay. Blue line starting to curve down. If this continues with the buying pressure dying down, eventually you're going to get selling pressure, and the blue line is going to cross the orange line to the downside. You're going to get a MACD crossover, and then I would look out. You know, this thing might want to go back to 30 bucks or even lower than 30 bucks if you get this MACD crossover to the downside. And then market cipher B is showing money flow is starting to go down as well. You got a red cell dot here on Tuesday. So things are not looking good for Applied Digital Corporation to go to 40 bucks. I think you're going to see 30 bucks before you see $40. Okay? So there you go. Hopefully that helps you out with your decision making and your analysis on APLD. I think we're going to see $30 before we see $40. Okay? Alright, let's see. Lorraine says, Damien, look at gun for a short. Okay, that's a request there. We'll look for gun for a short. So I'm going to put down gun with a down arrow. We want to short it. Okay. Oh! TUV, did you say there's something wrong with my microphone? Oh my god. You know, I think my headphones might be connected to my phone. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it is. Damn, that's probably why my stream got messed up here on TikTok. Alright, how do I sound now? TUV. TUV first horn. How do I sound now? Because I think that might have fixed the microphone issue. I had to disconnect my headphones. Damn it, I always do that. I go to the gym, and then I, you know, I get done with the gym, and when I put my headphones away, if I don't disconnect it, then it messes up the microphone here. Lorraine said I sounded fine to her. But, Lorraine, I think that's because you like me so much. That's why. Like, I'm actually getting some good criticism here about my microphone. No, but yeah, he just brought it to my attention. My microphone was, my headphones was still connected, and that usually messes up the microphone. I've had people complain about that before. Damn it! Alright, so that probably messed up my live stream. You guys could barely hear me when I got that thing turned on. Oh, okay, yeah, see, that's probably what it is. So I think that's what messing up my live stream, because usually I get a lot more people in the TikTok live stream, but I think because they're having a hard time hearing me, that's messing up, you know, people are just giving up and going on to something else here. Oh, that sucks. Hey, you know, every now and then. Shit happens. Josh Shareem says, quick question. You already hit $32 on ALPD. Now, after climbing to $35, are you still expecting it to go back to 30? I'd be considering, you know, if I had to do, you know, a flip of the coin probabilities here, I think 30 is more likely than 40. Just because of the trend on the daily time frame. The buying pressure is dying down, and it's, if buying pressure if you get a solid green candle out of nowhere like tomorrow, then that could come save your butt here. But I think APLD wants to head towards 30 bucks, you know, before it goes to 40. And maybe it doesn't go to 30, maybe it goes down to 32, and then it starts, you know, the buying pressure starts showing up. But right now, just the way things are looking, it's looking like it wants to go down, not up. And you can see that, you know, because like here on the chart, like you're making lower highs, and you're also making lower lows. So the direction is down, not up here on APLD. So I'd be looking out for that. Like you might see $32 all over again, and then you might see 31 or 30 bucks. But I think the bulls the bulls will start showing up when we get to 31, 30 bucks here. So maybe it's just a temporary dip, and you can just buy the dip, you know. All right, let's move on from there. We're going to take a look at Bera and then Gun. All right, so now we're looking at Bera on the daily time frame. Currently trading at 86 cents, down 3.8%. And it looks like Bera was on its way to try to get up to this 50-day moving average, which would have been, you know, probably where it would get resistance at $1.10. But you didn't actually get up to $1.10. You didn't even get up to the 50-day moving average. You got as high as like $1.05 here on Sunday and $1.05 again on Tuesday. So this is actually a double top, which could send the price lower after that. Right, because double top literally has top in the name of it. That's as high as you're gonna go for now. Okay, for now. Could, you know, maybe later on we might actually do go up higher, but for now this is gonna act like a double top. And if we are in a double top, you know, how much lower could we go? We got the 21 EMA that should act as support at 69 cents here. What an awesome number, right? Who loves 69? We should put that in the poll, right? Who loves 69? Because this thing looks like it could come down to 69 cents, maybe get some love and some support, and then go up to higher prices after that. Let's look at the momentum indicators to see if, you know, are we going to head on down. And it looks like you're starting to make the case of going down here because your buying pressure is starting to die down a little bit here. You're getting light green candles, not solid green. If this was solid green, that means it's higher than the last candle, and that means buying pressure is increasing, but buying pressure is decreasing. And then the blue line looks like it's thinking about starting to make a curve down to like lower prices here. So and be careful with Bera. You got like a little bit of a warning, you know, caution light there. And then here on market cipher B, we got money flow in the green on the daily time frame. You do not have a red sell dot, but if you see a red sell dot, then that, you know, that's just signify that, you know, the price is going to go down, not up on Bera here. So, but I think I would just be cautiously optimistic that this thing could go up to higher prices. Okay, because even though like buying pressure is dying down right now, like if we start going up to higher prices tomorrow, then you'll see a solid green candle here, and you'll see buying pressure increase again, right? Because you can see that, like you hear like buying pressure decrease, then it increases, then it decreases, and then it increases, and then it finally starts decreasing with a trend down here. So you can get some of that going on with these assets here. So yeah, Bera, I think it might just go sideways for now. Yeah. It doesn't look like it's going to go up or down, to be honest. Money flow is still solid, but you don't have a red sell dot yet. But buying pressure is decreasing, but the blue line hasn't started curving down yet either. So this is we need more data. We need like another day or two to figure out where this thing wants to go. Arklow wants to take a look at TRB. Okay, I got you, Arklow. Let me go ahead. We're going to look at that after we look at Gun for Laureen. So we got to look at TRB. I can't believe how fast time flies with these live streams. I've almost been live for like, I've been live for about an hour and a half now. All right. So let's see. We're looking at, well, yeah, we just got done looking at Bera. I want to now see if what Gun is looking like. Gun USD. Alright, Gun catching the bids today, up 32%. Yikes, okay. And Gun did, you know, catch the bids here. After it came down, it tested the 200-day moving average as support. We verified that is support, and now we're getting the permission to go up to higher prices here. A 200-day moving average sitting at 21 cents. I'm sorry, not 21, 2.021 cents. That would be your support level if we were to come back down again. I would think we would at least respect that 200-day moving average one more time to go up to higher prices here. And man, if Gun does go up to higher prices, where could it go next? Let's turn on the VRVP indicator to figure out where it could go next here. So this VRVP indicator here is off to the right, showing that the point of control, the majority of people bought and sold Gun at 0.037 pennies. So that is your first target to the upside, I would say, for sure. Unless you want to use this daily high here at 0.035 pennies. But that could be a take profit, 0.035, and then also 0.037 as another take profit target to the upside. And then you got some high volume here at 4 pennies. So I think people are going to probably sell that psychological number as well. And then of course we got the value area high at 0.0439 pennies here. Those are your targets to look for. Alright, to the upside. Now to the downside. Well, we kind of already went through like no man's land here. There's a big gap in the VRVP indicator, but there should be support at 0.027 pennies, and then of course right near the 200-day moving average at 0.021 pennies, and then even more support below that at about 0.012 pennies here. But you would think like these moving averages would act as support before we even drop down there. All right, so let's figure out, you know, what is what is Gun gonna do next here? Looking at market cipher B. Money flow in the green, but it's coming down though. But then you got a green buy dot today. That's weird. Okay. So a little bit confusing there on the daily time frame. And then money MACD buying pressure is dying down. And it looked like you were about to get a MACD crossover to the downside. But you see how this is crazy? Like, you know, you can't just rely on one indicator, because you would think like, oh, okay, the blue line's curving down. Damien talked about that. That could be a warning sign. And then, oh, we're about to get a MACD crossover to the downside. And Damien said that's, you know, usually a good time to like enter a short. However, look, it just did a fake out right here. It said, nope, we're actually going to go up today. So, yeah, MACD crossover to the downside did not happen. And I'm pretty sure the shorts got blown out because we're up 32% today. And this thing might want to go up, not down again. Especially if we get another buying pressure, green candle, another solid green candle tomorrow. This thing might just want to continue going up to higher prices. After faking people out yesterday. Lorraine says a possible short for us. They are shorting Gun in Discord. High RSI on the daily. We didn't even look at the RSI, but what you said is high on the daily. Right now it's not. The RSI is at 67. If you get up to 70, that's considered overbought. We were overbought like a week ago, last Thursday, and then Friday, January 9th, we were definitely overbought. I wouldn't short Gun right now. You got a green buy dot today, and I mean, I didn't look at I did not look at the 1 hour time frame. Maybe the 1 hour time frame might be saying something different here, because that's the day trading time frame. So the day trading time frame, the 1 hour time frame is showing RSI is pretty high. Okay, and then they're showing that you got a red sell dot here. And you're past the overbought area here with the red horizontal bars. Okay, so maybe this is what they're looking at on the 1 hour time frame. It's showing that it wants to go down, not up. But here on the MACD, the buying pressure is still pretty good, and the blue line's still going up, orange line's still going up. I would wait until this blue line starts going down to enter a short, and then I would, you know, add to the short if the MACD, if this blue line crosses the signal line, the orange line to the downside. If you get a MACD crossover to the downside, like you did over here, then I would probably either enter a short or add on to the short. So, not a bad idea. I think it might be just a little bit too early to short gun right now, Lorraine. Because look, I mean, this thing is still climbing. It's still in an uptrend, right? If you want to do like a trend analysis, you just connect those lows here. Until you break this trend to the downside, I would not try to short it, at least not yet. Break this uptrend here, and then I would say, all right, yeah, now you can try to short it. It could be a good idea to try to short. I think right now it's too early on gun, but I can see what they're looking at. It's just, to me, it's maybe later on tonight might be the time to get in on a short on gun. All right, we gotta move on. We gotta take a look at TRB here. TRB, USD. Oh, Canada and Tony are shorting it. Oh boy. Well, let them know in the Discord that Damien thinks it's a little bit too early to short, but maybe later on tonight. If you want to give them the heads up, that's what Damien thinks. Damien thinks it might be a little bit too early, but maybe later on tonight. Gotta pay attention to that MACD on the 1 hour, is what I would tell them. Okay. Thank you, Lorraine. All right, let's see. Oh, there's another guy named Damien in the TikTok. He joined, Damien XXX. Okay, and he has like the same spelling with, you know, all A's. I know some people spell my name with an E, but I have no E in my name. It's D-A-M-I-A-N, just like you see on the title to my channel. You know, meet Damien, all A's. TRB, what are we doing here? Let's look at the daily time frame. Currently trading at $20.29, up 2% today. You had a very bad day yesterday, huh? Down 6.66. Oh, 666. The mark of the beast. Teller was getting dropped like a rock yesterday, down 6.66%. And wow, okay. I'm looking at the VRVP indicator here off to the right, and you are below the value area, so you're considered very undervalued here on TRB. Okay, you are making like higher lows, or still trying to make an attempt to make higher lows here, and things are looking good up until like this weekend. What the hell happened? You just lost it this weekend. Well, I guess Bitcoin was also dropping down, but I don't really need to be too confused here about what the hell happened, because you actually did hit the 50-day moving average, this green line here, acting as resistance right now. So to the upside, I would say $22.54 is your upside target if you're day trading this thing right now. Also, the 21 EMA could be another target at 21.76, that white line right there. Not this white line, but this curvy white line right here. Okay, 21.76 could be your upside target, and then also 22.54, that green line right there. But let me just zoom back out again and get that VRVP indicator. Yeah, so you are undervalued on Telor. The point of control, the majority of people that were buying this asset going all the way back to like October of last year, they bought and sold it at $26.47. That's going to be your swing trade target to the upside. You can still probably get like another 30% increase in this asset. And then I think when you get to $26, you need to consider selling something. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor. this is not financial advice, but I would sell this asset at 26 bucks if I ever do see it get up to that price there. Okay. And let's see what is the momentum doing here. Are we gonna go up or down? Your MACD is showing selling pressure is here, and you got the MACD crossover to the downside, so you got some work to do here. This thing might want to still go down to lower prices tomorrow. All right, and then let's see. Looking at the market cipher B, you got a red sell dot, and you got money flow in the red. So yeah, things are not looking good on the daily time frame. Now I said this thing might want to go down to lower prices tomorrow. Let's see. On the 1 hour time frame, that should be a better indication of what this thing might want to do next. And the MACD on the 1 hour is showing buying pressure is here, but buying pressure is on to die off a little bit. Okay. And then market cipher B, you got a red sell dot, and you have money flow in the green. But with this red sell dot, if prices do go down, then yeah, I mean, this might be it. This thing might want to continue going down to lower prices here. So there you go. That's my analysis there on TRB. You might come and revisit the lows from earlier this morning. All right, let's see. So that was TRB. Did we do Bearer? I can't remember. Did we do Bearer, or did I skip over it? I can't remember. All right, we got Let's Go is in the TikTok. I see you, Let's Go. Minions of Damien's here in Ireland. That's funny. Good to see you, Let's Go, in the TikTok chat. Oh, and now Porky Flounder is here. How you doing, Porky? I'm gonna wait to see if Porky's gonna say something to me. It better be the real Porky here, because I don't know. There could be someone pretending to be Porky. I know Porky's another fellow streamer. He's on TikTok and YouTube. And Porky, I got the man flu. I'm sick over here. I'm just waiting for Porky to say something. Let me see it. Is this the Porky that I know? I'm gonna click on your picture. All right. Am I actually following this Porky guy? I think this is the Porky that I always see. Porky Flounder 65 Trees. All right. I'll give a shout out to Porky here on TikTok, guys. There's another TikToker who is trying to build up his following here, and his name is Porky Flounder 65. He does have another channel, but I think the one that he's trying to get more people to show up on is Porky Flounder 65 Trades. And if TikTok would actually work for me, it would show you his videos here. What the hell? Something went wrong. Refresh, please. Yeah. But yeah, Porky's another guy who does TA as well, just like myself. And you should go check out his channel. He's got some good TA. And he's also on YouTube as well. Let me see if I can give him a shout out here on YouTube, because I know Porky gives me shout outs too. But Porky's got a few more subscribers than he does followers on TikTok. But if you want to follow him on YouTube as well, he goes live at night, like 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. Eastern time. And when was his last live stream that he did? Oh, 4 days ago, 6 days ago. He used to go live like almost every day, but I guess he's got a little busy with his kids and his work life, and he's still streaming, but not as much as he used to. But you can find him at 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Eastern time for you late night folks out there. Let's see. I think Let's Go here. HSNL says, do I still remember a few hours ago you mentioned about a MACD crossover showing weakness on gold, and it's really going down but not much, and it'll get eat up. The dip is going to get eat up right away. Huh. Okay, what is gold doing now, since you mentioned it? You said a MACD crossover, was it on the 1 hour time frame? That's usually the day trading time frame that I like to use. Let's see. Yeah, you got the MACD crossover around this morning, and the selling pressure is pretty decent here on gold. However, selling pressure is starting to die off, and you get a little bit of a bounce right now on gold. Did I want to do that? No. Oh yeah. Okay. But yeah, you can see here on gold, you got a little bit of bounce here, and you're getting bought up again on this dip. And that's just the problem with gold, is that it can never go down, right? It just gets bought. Every dip gets bought on gold now. I don't know what's gonna stop gold. You know, eventually some people are gonna have to start buying, you know, selling their gold to go buy a yacht or whatever, and then maybe that's when the price of gold actually goes down, right? Because, like, how rich are these people gonna get for owning gold? At some point, they gotta sell their gold so they can go pay for their kids' college tuition or whatever they gotta do with that money. Go buy a boat, go buy a Lamborghini or something. Until they start buying Lamborghinis with their gold, I think the price of gold is still gonna go up to like 5K. Yeah, alright, yeah, 1 hour time frame. Yep. So you like trading gold, HSNL? If that's what you feel comfortable doing, then I say continue trading gold, and you can do that. I know I could trade gold contracts on Coinbase, but I can also trade gold via like PAXG, and I do that on WEEX here. Let me just refresh this. But you could trade gold futures if you want on PAXG. I mean on WEEX with the PAXG ticker symbol. If I type in PAXG, there you go, PAXG futures. And I think there's like another cryptocurrency that you can use to trade gold. So there's PAXG, but if you type in like XAUT, that's another one that you can trade gold with too. They have different prices, but it's almost similar to what the price of gold is doing. You can see like the chart's very similar. Here it is on the 15-minute time frame. You know, you got that drop that we saw this afternoon, and now it's climbing back up again. So you can do XAUT or you can do PAXG. Looks like PAXG is trading a little bit higher at 48.47. But the charts are very similar. They're both tracking the price of gold as best as they can. Alright. So there you go. So he said, since Bitcoin is showing a lot of uncertainty, PAXG gives you more confidence. Okay. You know what? You might be the better man just for doing that, because the price of gold has been going up like the past year and a half now. And I don't know what's going to stop it. Like I said, like, you know, are these people going to start buying Lamborghinis? Are they going to sell their gold to go buy a Lamborghini or what? Maybe they can sell their gold to go buy, like, Greenland. Is that how we're going to pay for Greenland? Like, somebody needs to sell in order for this price to go down. And it just doesn't. It just keeps going up. Alright, yeah, Alvin Medina said that I did do Bera before Gun. Thank you for letting me know that. I felt like I did, I just wasn't sure. But I did skip around a couple of times here, looking at my my request list over here. But we went through all the requests here, guys. And I think out of all the requests, if I was going to do a live trade, I want to do a long on SQD. Let's go back to SQD real quick. I'll show you me trying to get into a long here on SQD, and we'll see if I enter the trade, and then we can take a look at it, you know, tomorrow, see how that trade went for me. But I think I put this on the watch list. SQD, yep. Okay. So here's what I was looking with SQD. Okay, we're at the point of control, connected support. There's really not much volume here on the VRVP indicator. We could go up to the value area high at like 9 cents or this other high volume node at 0.097. And we're not that far from you know, support below us. The support could be like 0.0668 pennies. Stop loss would stop me out at 3.8%. But the reward, the amount of money I could make and profit could be like 39% here. And the risk reward ratio is 10.4 on SQD if it does get back up there. But you know, if we took it down a little bit further down to like, you know, 9 cents, which is where this 100-day moving average is at, that's still like a 30% gain for a 3.8% stop loss, and the risk reward is like 7.89 still. Jeez, I mean, even if, let's see, if I took it to like just partial profit, like at the candlewick highs from like last week, it's still a 4.3 risk reward ratio. You're risking 3%, almost 4% to try and get 16%. This thing looks really good for a long, and I don't know, like I'm worried, like, you know, I'm trying to figure out like, how is this not a good trade? Okay, because you got a 4-to-1 risk reward ratio, and then anything else is just gravy after that. 10-to-1. We'll just try to target 9 pennies. I think, you know, the 100-day moving average seems like a good idea, right? Still 7.9 risk reward ratio. This thing is looking very juicy for a long, in my opinion. But like, are we gonna go down though? Is this like, you know, because we did go down, but this could be like a double bottom right here, and then we get launched up. Oh man, let's see. I'm trying to figure out why I shouldn't get in this. Let's look at the MACD real quick here one more time. We did have a MACD crossover, but that was like a long time ago, in like January 5th here. Just a little bit of buying pressure could cause this MACD crossover to go to the upside and get some buying pressure going on here. Let's see, 4-hour time frame. Selling pressure dying off, but oh damn, selling pressure start increasing out of nowhere the last few hours here. 1-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame, wishy-washy price action here on the MACD. It's a little bit confused right now on the 1-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame. All right, so yeah, I think, you know, we could come down lower. Like, we could come down to this low right here at 0.068 pennies. If we break that, then we could come down to 0.0668 pennies, which was the low from Tuesday. Yeah, a lot easier, a lot better to maybe long here. So what I could do is, you know, I could try to long now, maybe long again here at 6.8, long again here at 6.6, and then put the stop loss at like 0.065. Damn, man, ugh. I really hate being sick, guys. This sucks. Lorraine says it looks bad on the 15-minute. Well, let's go look at the 15-minute real quick. 15-minute, you got rejected off the 200 moving average a bunch of times already, and MACD is crossover to the downside. Ugh, okay, that sucks a little bit, I guess. And then money flow is in the red. But, you know, this could be good for me, Lorraine, because this could let me know, like, I don't have to long now. I could probably buy in at a lower price on SQD here. Oh, shoot, but that, now I think about it, I don't know if I can get in this asset. I'm over here getting excited. I don't think this thing is on WEEX. I gotta, before I can even, that's what's preventing me from getting into this trade, I think, because it's not even on the cryptocurrency exchange. Let me see, SQD. Oh shoot, no it is. Oh, I thought for some reason, maybe, I think I looked at this on MEXC and it wasn't on MEXC. Let me see if it's on MEXC, because I think that was what was tripping me up here. SQD. Oh no, wait. Is it on? It's on MEXC as well? Oh, let's go. Oh shoot, I could probably with 40x leverage. A little bit of margin. Oh my god. Oh damn, I can trade it on MEXC as well. Okay, so I can do either one. That's fine. All right, so let's. I'm gonna do it on WEEX though. I'm gonna do it on WEEX. All right. Yeah. Okay. So we got SQD here. We'll do just a market buy order, and because I'm not sure if this is gonna go down a little bit more, I'll probably only put like $100 of margin in there, and then maybe if it goes down lower, I'll put another $100 of margin. But let's see, with $100 of margin, with 20x leverage long, yep. Let's see what the take profit stop loss would be. So we said take profit was 9 cents, right? Come on. Yeah, 9 cents. Yep, 9 cents. Stop loss is like 0.65. Okay, so 0.09. Wow, $600 there for take profit. Stop loss 0.065. Oh, I'll lose $174. That's a little bit too much for me. I'm gonna have to tone it down on the leverage. I'm pretty sure that's, yeah, the leverage was gonna be an issue here. But let me just double check the chart here one more time. 0.065 was where I was going to try to put the stop loss, which is like below this candle wick here. Okay, that makes sense, right? Okay, 1 hour time frame. Yeah, 0.065. All right. And I was going to do this as a market. $100 here. Take profit. 0.09. Oh yeah, that's right. It's still too much leverage. So I gotta tone it down in the leverage. I'm then gonna take it down to like 5x leverage. Confirm. Okay, 0.065. And why is this thing not giving me my P&L? I want the P&L. P&L, yes, please. Oh, I hate that it resets itself every time you know, make a change here. So what was the cost at? Where's my cost? Where's my cost? $79. I want to put like $100 of margin in there. $139. Okay. So with this, I could make $191 on the trade and lose $52 if it goes down to 0.065. I don't know. Do I really want to lose $50 if I'm wrong? What's the likelihood that we could go down to 6.5 cents here? I might have to wait, gosh. I mean, we already identified in the 50-minute time frame that it does want to go down to lower prices. If it just came down to like this candlewick low at 0.0694, I could make it a limit order. But what would that do? It's going to change everything. I'm going to have to reset everything again. But if I do like 0.0694. Or 0.69 maybe. Why won't it let? Whatever. Why is it not letting me do that? 6904. Wait, 694. Yeah. And then I'm gonna do about $100 a margin. So I think I'm gonna do this as a limit order for now, guys. But I'll save myself 10 bucks if we go down to a little bit lower prices here. So I'm putting the limit order in for 0.0694. We're currently trading at 0.0705. For me being patient, I'll make $203 on this trade, and I could lose 43 bucks. Let's leave. God damn. I need some more Dayquil, some more NyQuil. Oh my god. But I think I'm okay with this. I'm gonna put this in. If it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay, but I'm okay with losing $43 to try and make 200 bucks here. And even then, I could probably take profit maybe at like 8 cents here, and I'll still make $100 on the trade. But I think 9 cents is what we're gonna try to aim for. And if it does go down lower, I could always add more margin and add to the position. So I'm gonna do that. I think that's a worthwhile trade to take. Boom. I put it in. Now I can just check my work here. My open orders, I got a long, 5x long ready to go on SQD. And it will get me in at 0.0694. And there's my take profit at 9 cents, my stop loss at 0.065. Ready to go. Ready to go. Alright guys, so you just saw me try to get into a trade here on SQD on the live stream here. And we'll just see if it hits. If it hits, it hits. I think it's prudent for me to wait. I think if I wait, I can get my price that I want to get at, which is at 0.0694, somewhere in this area maybe. And you know, if I get stopped out, I'm not going to lose too much because my stop loss is right below this candlewick low here on the 15-minute time frame. Right? Actually, no, it's a little bit lower than that. It's actually this one right here. My stop loss is like right here, and I'm trying to get in somewhere like around here. But yeah, you see that, you know, this is what it looks like here on WEEX, right? If I could put this in. Where's my chart? Come on, guys. But yeah, so I'll try to get in here, and then stop losses below these wicks here. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll only lose 40 bucks for being wrong. No, I'm not shorting Lorraine. I'm actually trying to long SQD. But I could always do a reverse trade if I feel like it's gonna go down rather than up, or if some news event comes out, I can just flip it into a short with a reverse trade. Right? So I could do that too. Alva Medina's gonna try to long SQD as well. Okay, Alva. But I'm waiting for a little bit lower price. I think we might be able to get some lower prices later on tonight. Lorraine says, how does reversing work? So let me show you here with Dash. So right here on Dash, okay, I'm down 19 bucks in a long, a 10x long on Dash. If I wanted to reverse it, I just click the reverse button, and it'll take the same amount of margin that I have with the same kind of leverage, and it will turn it from a long into a short. Alright, let me look at Dash real quick. Is Dash gonna go down on me today? Or tonight? It could. Oh, we're getting a MACD crossover? Oh my god. Maybe. Alright, yeah. So, if Dash was to, oh my god, let's see, where's the stop loss on Dash? I could lose 60 bucks, right? I could lose 60 bucks on Dash. If Dash stops me out, I'll lose 60 bucks on that trade. Alright guys, I'm gonna leave it at that. I wish you guys the best of luck in whatever trades you decide to get into. I decided to get into SUD. If it goes down to lower prices, I'll get in at 0.069 on SUD. Okay. But yeah, I think going forward, we'll just finish up by looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is coming up on some resistance here in the 15-minute time frame. And let's see. MACD is not looking good for Bitcoin either. So we might be going down to low prices tonight. You guys might be able to get some cheaper crypto later on tonight. And maybe it might be time to short. So maybe I'll just go ahead and show you, Lorraine, right now. I'm going to flip this into a short on Dash right now by clicking that reverse button, right? You ready? You ready for this, Lorraine? We're in a 10x long. And I'll flip it into a short. Okay, this is what it tells me. If funds are insufficient, open orders will be canceled by places. Okay, whatever. Yeah. Alright, now I'm in a 5x short on Dash. But after doing something like that, I now have to I gotta put a stop loss. I gotta remember to put a stop loss on this thing, or else I could get screwed. So I don't want to lose more than 30 bucks on this. Let's see what I do here. I'll do like $70 as a stop loss. Ooh, 46 bucks. Yeah, let's see. I'll just put at like 69 bucks maybe. 69.5. I'll lose $32 if we go back to 69.50 here. And I didn't even look to see like how far down could Dash go. We could come right back down to 66.84 maybe. And if we lose the $68 level, we could come down to 61 bucks here on the 0.32 retracement. Alright, so why don't I try 61 bucks, see what that does. 61. Oh, if we go down to 61 bucks, I'll make 200 bucks here on the Dash short that I just went into after reversing along here. Maybe I'll make it 62 just to make sure I actually hit it. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm in there with Dash shorting Dash. My take profit is going to be $62. My stop loss is at $69.50. And I'm already making money. What a good decision I did there, right? I've already made some money here shorting Dash. I'm up $6 on the trade already. Let's see, I got in at 68.38 and it's at 68.20. Lorraine, I was trying to end the live stream. You want me to take a look at gun now? That's the one that they're all trying to short right now, right? And I said, you know, we might have to wait. It might want to still go up again. But if Bitcoin's going down, then yeah. Oh. All right, so here we go. Let's see. 1 hour time frame. Gun is still gunning up. Gun is still going up. That's why I said it's a little bit too early to go shorting on gun right now. Right? Because the 1 hour MACD is still pretty strong here. You did get a red sell dot on the market cipher B, but that could disappear. And turn it and just, you know, it might not be good anymore. It might actually disappear on us. And we could also get a green buy dot the next hour. Anyways, I'm gonna end it there, guys. I wish you guys the best of luck in whatever trades you decide to get into. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and follow me here on TikTok by clicking that follow button and subscribing if you're new here on the YouTube live stream. And yeah. We'll plan on seeing each other. I gotta get my car worked on again tomorrow, so I might actually do a TikTok live stream at like 2 o'clock or 1:30, somewhere around that time. So Lorraine, if you're there, Lorraine, I might go live streaming at 2 o'clock on TikTok tomorrow, and then my YouTube guys, I'll try to live stream tomorrow at like 4 or 5 p.m. around that time. Okay? All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Good luck trading and investing in whatever asset you decide to get into. Take care, guys. And guys, don't forget to if you're looking for a cryptocurrency exchange to trade on, if you're trying to trade on the WEEX crypto exchange that I just showed you, then you want to actually sign up using my referral link in the description to the YouTube channel that you're watching, the YouTube video that you're watching. And you want to make sure that you have that referral code there, XVDP, okay? So you can get the bonuses that are only exclusive to people who use my referral code. You get like $30,000 of bonuses if you use that referral code. And for my TikTok guys, you can just click on the link, you know, on the bio for my channel. It will get you to WEEX cryptocurrency exchange. But if you can see that right there, if you go on the WEEX exchange, you want to make sure that that referral code is in there. When it asks you for what promotion, you want to use XVDP to get those $30,000 in bonuses. All right, guys, that's gonna be it. I'll see you tomorrow.